Can I just say something else about the guy she was with?
Why?
Michael J. Knox.
Is that
Do you think
his
he
name?
looked like Michael J. Fox? Michael J. Knox. It looks better written down.
Did you read?
Hey, bloodsucker. Oh my god, man, Blade.
Oh, I like how you're writing an impression right away.
Let's start with the poster. This is a cool poster.
Which poster you talking about, the DVD cover?
Back of Blade, pulling his blade.
Yep. Everything about this movie is, at least on the surface, cool.
I have the word cool written a lot.
Yeah, this is cool. Wesley Snipes is cool. 1988 was a cool year, at least if you were there. The font is cool. It's red. It's slick. Everything about this movie is cool.
Blade, who is part vampire and part mortal, becomes a vampire hunter to protect human beings.
We start with a kick-ass red New Line logo.
I wrote that too.
Ah!
My notes say,
Ah!
okay, you're far more excited than I was. I just wrote, I liked the New Line logo.
AKA the house that Freddy built. It's just such a hot logo, especially over Nightmare on Elm Street. And that score, it's so good.
Yeah, and the red for all the blood.
Oh, the blood. Some CGI will get in here.
Wow, that's right. Okay, I know I'm not going to skip ahead.
What plug-in was this?
I had to check the year on this because I was like, okay, was this 1998? Because like, it gets rough.
When did you render that one?
I don't know.
Did this come out the same year or around about the same time as The Matrix?
A year before.
That's fucking nuts, man. How good The Matrix looks in comparison to this. It's in some scenes.
I can forgive a lot of this, and I'm sure you can too.
It goes with the tone of the movie, and we'll get into it.
It's kind of, I'll say it in my summary, but the CGI is consistently terrible. It's like Nickelodeon slime but red, and I'm kind of into it by then because we've got all this CD-ROM shit going on as well.
Yeah,
Right.
Can we just like, for it before we start, we get right into it because we're getting right in. We're right excited to talk about Blade.
Yeah.
What was your relationship with this movie when it came out? Did you see it as a kid? Was this a video shop movie? Was this a cinema go?
This was VHS 100%. I was too young for the cinema. This was rewound a lot. This was spoken about in school all the time. Sequel speculation. I've read a bit of Blade. I know quite a bit about his origins. This blew me away.
I knew nothing about Blade at the time. Like, just I remember the trailer on other VHSs, like this was the trailer. There is a lot to love about this movie, and I do. There's a lot that doesn't work for me. I did see this movie, I'm sure I did when I was a kid, but watching this back on Saturday night, I was like, I don't remember any of this.
I don't watch Blade a lot for some reason.
I've not seen this movie since I was maybe 12 years old.
It's not my favourite in the franchise, but this is cool. It's really cool. I don't watch it a lot. Whenever I do watch it, like yourself, by the time we reach that final set piece, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But there's so much good in it. Great title sequence, scattered text in red, bold font, kind of looks impact-y.
Yep.
We have some text on screen, 1967. We're in an emergency room. Blade's ma is bit.
She's pregnant. She has the baby. Blade pops out.
She sees Blade being pulled away.
And then we just assume that she basically died. It kind of cuts away to...
We do have hints of what's going on because of this sort of bleached bypass look and the highlights and stuff that's sort of what the vampires are experiencing. Here we fucking go. This opening scene.
We've got a fast motor. We've got an ex-porn star.
Tracy Lords. Do you know Tracy Lords' story?
Not really.
Infamously worked for 2 years underage. Caused a whole controversy. She's good in this. It's minimal, but it's good.
She's in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah.
As well. She's also very good. They're in this fast car.
This is Lem from The Shield.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, Kenny Johnson.
She grabs his dick right away.
We go to this meat factory.
This is such a cool set piece. This is how you open a movie. There's a underground rave happening, and it's happening in the basement of a meat factory. That's where a vampire would hang out.
It's so cool.
You know I love my strobes.
You'd have been there.
Oh, there was me and Muffin and Sardi fucking bouncing my head after this. I love a strobe light. There's a lot of strobes going on.
You remember this for the first time.
This is the scene I remember. Like, I know this scene very well.
She leads him through this door like the White Rabbit. You do get this ominous feeling.
There's this guy, he's like wearing a cowboy hat and he's getting like a blowjob just in the middle of this.
Donald Log! Grounded for life! For life!
He's all over this movie.
Donald Logue, bless his ginger heart, he chews the scenery, Ryan, in a good way, man. He totally gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. He's playing this douchey vampire. A great villain because you just want him to die.
Triple H would later do a terrible version of this in part 3.
Triple H is get fucking nothing on this guy.
She loses him, and this gets scary, man.
He's totally lost. Everybody sort of bumps into him, being quite aggressive. He kind of is freaking out a wee bit.
Do you agree the vampires are scary in this one? It's a good one.
It's not just vampires, they're not hamming it up. It's just like he's in a rough neighbourhood with people that don't want him there.
We get the first glance of Frost, and Stephen Dorff is looking hot in this thing, man. He was a big deal in this.
He's looking 1998 hot. I've just woke up. I'm slightly hungover because that was the look back then.
Everybody fancied the tits of Stephen Dorff in this. This was like a Crow effect at the time. I totally remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all. But I remember this was the sort of guy that was about like tortured artist kind of looking. His shirt was sort of unbuttoned and it looked like he just woke up.
This DJ reveal, we see the sign behind him says bloodbath. And he's got arms wide open. Fountain spray blood, and it is glorious, man.
This visual is amazing.
This is phenomenal.
It looks so good.
They are covered in blood. One asks, "What's wrong, baby?" They show the fangs and freak him out.
Yeah.
Somebody punches him. That is so aggressive. And I think this is scary at this point, and you are worried for this character.
Yeah. It's who miraculously survives.
He crawls, and Kenny Johnson, aka Lemmy, is covered in blood. You're feeling from him, and you want this guy out of this situation. It's just a naive character.
Yeah.
And this reveal
is badass.
We tilt up.
Badass.
Snipes looks so cool in this movie.
I'll give them this. I don't know what it looks like in the comic, great, but the costume is fucking spot on.
They nailed it.
Even see the fact that the sword sort of just goes through his jacket in the back. He's not got a wee holster for it. Oh, so cool.
The way he puts it in his coat.
So cool.
He drives with this thing and doesn't he take it out?
Oh no, he doesn't take. He fucking takes this everywhere with him.
He takes this serious, and he clearly has respect for the material.
Yep.
He is so proud in this role, and the visage of him leading this thing is so cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always a Snipes kid. I was a huge Snipes stroke Woody Harrelson shipper. I was absolutely massive on, Money Train, White Men Can't Jump. I wanted this train to ride forever. They two had chemistry,
100%. White Men Can't Jump is just spectacular, man. See the back and forth, like when they first meet each other, the hustle. Oh, so good.
I've got no doubt Jack Harlow's version will be brilliant. Put in the sound effect of the wind here. Sound effect of the wind, Kieran. Costume design, phenomenal. It could all fall apart. The sunglasses are cheesy. This haircut's ridiculous, almost.
Oh, the tattoo is so cool, though. Only Wesley Snipes could pull this off at this time period. I don't think there was anybody cooler.
The guy pulled off bleached hair and dungarees.
And a bright orange t-shirt.
He looks amazing in that movie.
We
need Demolition Man.
That's my favourite Snipes movie.
Is that your favourite?
Love Demolition Man, it's so good.
I wouldn't ever think, yeah. why I like this, he's already established and these people are fearing this cat, man. They ask, is that him? And he just starts shooting these vamps.
Fucking gets a shotgun out immediately and just starts blowing these motherfuckers away.
This chick runs up and says, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off, and he just boots her.
He gets a silver, what they called,
a steak.
But he's just tossing these things like ninja stars. He's got that thing, it's like a boomerang type thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know the name of any of these things.
Oh, he's cool. Oh, it's so cool. His tools are so cool.
Oh, he's got the big shotgun. He's got the big automatic pistol. He's just fucking blowing these motherfuckers.
These are turning into skeletons. CGI skeletons.
And do you know what? I don't even care. The CGI is pretty bad here when they turn into skeletons and dust, but I'm all for it.
I do think Stephen Norrington kinda knows how to shoot the crappy CGI.
On these scenes, it's fine.
It moves so fast, you see a quick dissolve.
Yes.
I like a skeleton. I think that's cool.
Fine. It's totally fine. It works in this movie. I've wrote, the big man is here, Blade is so fucking cool.
The fighting is amazing. He pins one guy to the roof and the camera whips from the effect. It's so impressive, man, honestly.
This is a great opening to a movie. The meat factory, and you've got the rave, and then you've got the bloodbath, and then you've got the introduction of our hero. This is how you open a fucking comic book movie. The fact that, like, that bloodbath is, like, coming down for that meat factory. Like, they must just be putting those pigs or whatever in a grinder, and it's just, like, coming out of a system, do you know what I mean? Like, see if you really think about that.
He smacks the ground with his sword.
It's so fucking cool.
He does this flip into the pit, which is a drain.
Yeah.
Creepy. He pins Donald Logue. He does a silent yes.
Yeah.
Again, I like this tone. It's little bits of humour, but he doesn't give too much away. Sets fire to Logue. Logue goes through a lot of terror in this.
That's the thing, he's like a cockroach, he doesn't die, he just keeps on regenerating and coming back more annoying than ever.
He's like a Power Rangers putty if it could talk. He just runs away and comes back. Blade checks the victim, Kenny Johnson. He survives, like you said. Cops arrive. I like that the cops are embedded in this world.
I think it becomes a bit too much later on.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit too much of the whole vampires walk among us stuff, but it kind of goes overboard in my opinion. We'll get to that later. When I go to the morgue scene, so the crispy body.
This looks amazing.
Don't introduce Karen. She's a hematologist, I guess, so she knows shit about blood. She goes to check on the body with this guy. There's a weird backstory with these two. They don't really get into it. They've either been banging or they've dated and it's not went very well, or they've just recently broke up. I don't know. They have a sort of back and forth. Not that it matters, because 2 seconds later, Big Quinn jumps up. Immediately just rips the throat of this boy.
Big Quinn, he just rips the throat of this guy.
Immediately just complete, he's dead in an instant. Karen tries to run away. She delays a bit. She should have ran like fuck before then. She sort of stands and looks for like 30 seconds too much.
Can I just say something else about the guy she was with? Michael J. Knox. Do you think you look like Michael J. Fox? Michael J. Knox. Oh, fuck me, no. It sounded better. It looks better written down.
So, your man gets his throat ripped out. Karen runs away. Quinn chases her out the door, bites her on the neck. Then Blade shows up in the hospital. He says, I showed up to finish the job.
He takes his arm, that's really cool.
Yes, he takes his arm off. The cops show up and then start shooting at Blade.
Logue does this run, he jumps out a window, lands in an ambulance, scurries down an alley. This already all looks better than Morbius, to be fair.
Oh yes, that is true, which is sad, but that's very true.
He considers ditching Karen.
Is that what this is, the bit of hesitation? Because he throws her through the window?
Yeah, there's hesitation, he takes her.
Throws her.
He throws this broad out a window.
Through the window over to the rooftop across the street.
Lands on some convenient cardboard boxes covered in a big bit of... You get this in movies sometimes.
This is perfect. It's always like when somebody like Jackie Chan or something's falling off a building.
He's always falling off buildings.
Always like man Jackie Chan, that he's actually doing it.
Jackie Chan rules, man.
It's the fucking best.
This is shot well to mask the effects. I will defend it.
They try their best. It still looks a bit rough.
Listen, slap some cornell this and you're buying it. I mean, it's a music video.
It is definitely a music video.
One of the coolest you've ever seen.
Oh man. Oh, Corn must have been on that soundtrack, Corn.
I'm happy they're not.
No? I mean, of the time,
keep it away from me.
98 corn, freaking leash corn.
No. No.
Come on now.
Get him, man.
No, follow the leader.
No, this is you with a big spoonful of corner, man. No, man, you know, didn't mean no.
Come on, man, that's cool.
They get away. He drives her at dusk. This 1968 Dodge Charger Blademobile.
This is a beautiful car. Is this the same car that Dom drives in Fast and Furious? Black Dodge Charger.
Hey, family. Oh, family. I don't
Blade
know
doesn't
what
care
to drink
about
as long as it's Corona.
Wesley Snipes should be in a Fast movie. Why is he not in a Fast movie?
He would be a mate. You just nailed it, son. How much money do you want? That's amazing.
Wesley Snipes versus Dom. Oh, so cool. And he's like the old timer. He was racing before Dom was born.
You're saying no, that ain't what?
I'm all for it.
Who is this
And
guy? Tell me about him.
He comes out the game. He's retired because he used to race back in the day. But he's retired. He now lives on the beach with his family, but now his family have been killed because of one of the previous movies. They've done some crazy stunt. They've
Oh
killed
my
a bunch of
god, what
civilians.
happened?
They've
A
killed-
heist?
A heist.
Was
is
The
what-
Rock there?
The Rock was there. It happened in Brazil.
Maybe The Rock did it.
His family were there. Wesley Snipes' kids.
The Rock's
were
family
there.
or his family?
There was a big car crash caused by Vin Diesel's crew. They killed Wesley Snipes.
His family?
Aye. So now Wesley Snipes is getting back in the motor one last time to hunt them down for revenge for his family. And now it's all about family.
I would watch that.
Man, it's just...
Bring in Woody Harrelson as well.
Woody Harrelson's his mate. Woody Harrelson is his Paul Walker.
Oh my god, it's a
And
reflection
they've
of...
got parallels to each other.
He drives it at dusk, 1968 Dodge Charger, shots of this city upwards as she's kind of transitioning a little. It's really cool.
Yeah, there's not a single bit of traffic on these streets though.
I'll take it for this car photography here.
Yeah, oh no, this is
So
just
cool.
this is just an excuse to show off this car, and it totally works.
We get the hideout, it's so cool. This like empty kind of factory.
Well, here's the thing, and this is again another movie trope that we seem to discover. All the houses in this thing are cool as fuck. Now, granted, this isn't a house; it's a hideout. I would live here though. This empty factory.
Would you live with this hobo? What's that? He's wanting for certain sandwiches. I couldn't help it.
You couldn't fucking this big whistler.
Oh my.
Big Chris Christopherson gives the performance of his life.
He's good in this,
movie.
man.
He's good in all of them, even the Virgin.
Oh, he's good in Convoy.
Aye, he's fucking
Chris
amazing.
K. rules.
Aye, he's got the knee brace. You don't exactly know why, but he's got a past.
He's got the... God damn it. He's got this real grisliness. This is a bear banger.
Aye.
This guy bangs bears.
Do you know big gay men?
No, man. Actual
Actual
bears.
bears?
Forest bears. Bears for the forest. Bears for the forest.
I thought you meant he just goes to the club.
No, man.
Pulls himself a big fucking handsome bastard.
That's what he wants. He's a handsome man himself. Convoy. Chris K in the 70s,
No, but
man.
no, that's
I would
movie.
jump on that truck.
No, I'm talking about Whistler the character. He's no handsome.
Oh,
man.
he is grizzled,
His
man.
best days are behind him.
Oh, man. Most of his days are behind. Yeah, man. Who is this guy? They have a sweet as hell relationship. It's sweet as
Yeah, oh yeah,
man.
well, it's a total father-son thing.
Chris K's amazing. This relationship is so fucking brilliant. And these actors are too. He's like Alfred, if Alfred looked like he was into all that QAnon. like sort of MAGA Alfred.
Oh, don't call him MAGA Alfred. No, that's my... No, I like to think that he's quite left-wing.
Shady boardroom full of vampires.
Oh, an evil boardroom, man. This shit, I don't like it. I don't like this shit. In my movies, we've done this with mannequins, see evil boardroom scenes.
We get Udo Kier here. I love Udo Kier.
I see the sort of head guy.
Oh, you recognise Udo Kier with
Aye.
big eyeballs.
Aye, big character actor.
Worked with Andy Warhol. Phenomenal actor, man.
This is where Frost is introduced. He's a bad boy though, he's late for his meeting.
Frost's so cool, man.
He's no cool.
Frost's so cool.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's got these big old bangs.
Oh man, big 90s bangs. He's music video cool. He's in an Aerosmith video.
I like the boardroom. They're all scared of Blade and they're showing his carnage.
Yeah, because they have a big problem. Blade is their problem. This is an evil boardroom. I even say this. My wife is kind of watching this movie with me. She was, again, on her phone or whatever. But she's like, I take it these are the bad guys. Because this is a big old, long, evil table.
Kinda nice to see sets again. Actual sets and stuff.
Frost is a rebel.
He's sort of like the K-Fed of vampires, man.
K-Fed is a brilliant pull.
I think the boardroom hate him because he's young and cool.
Exactly, he's not a pure blood. They mentioned that as if I'm supposed to care.
It's a mafia thing, and it's kind of interesting.
I wrote vampire politics bullshit. Like, they do this in Buffy, they do all sort of vampire things, but there's like a hierarchy of vampires, and I get that they're setting up the plot for the movie, they're telling you who the bad guy is, it's Frost.
I think it's cool. Like, he's bringing too much attention to them by hosting these bloody raves.
Yeah, so they're basically saying that they're like an underground society that are trying to keep the way of the vampire going or whatever, and he's having these raves and being a bit too reckless.
He's breaking rules.
Because he's just a big rule breaker. He's a troublemaker, this Frost.
He's a good villain, though.
Is he?
Yeah,
I've got a problem with him. He's just a bit too...
two-dimensional.
Aye, and I just think that, like, obviously they do fight in the end, spoiler, but you don't feel like a threat. You feel like if Blade gets his hand on him, he would just fucking kill him in an instant, like, he would just snap him.
I think Dorf gives a great performance, man.
He's okay. He's not terrible, but I'm not, like, buying him as, like, this super villain. I'm just kind of like...
Oh, he's selling Hot Topic t-shirts, I think. Do you know what I mean? And he's doing it well. I think he is really good in this. Kind of cool in the third season of True Detective with Ali, who's going to play Blade. That's his partner in the third season.
I've not seen season 3 of True Detective.
It's excellent, man.
He's a fine actor, but I'm just, like... As a villain, I'm not really into him at this point yet.
They don't take Frost serious. He's not a pure blood. It's mafia, but it works.
Yeah, they're running the police, kind of alluded to. There's vampires kind of in every sort of aspect of the world.
We get some day shopping with Blade.
What is this scene? This scene is weird.
I like this, man.
No, it's not. I don't hate the scene, but it's like... So we're introduced to this guy who's not given a name. I've just wrote Blade's mate. Because he walks in... The guy's selling like garlic and stuff, so the guy obviously knows about vampires. Blade throws him, I guess, a bag of money. A bag that jingles. I'm assuming there's coins inside
It's
it.
because he robs his victims. I like that element, man. That's so cool.
He basically needs a serum, right? We'll find out that he needs a serum to stop him from going on full-on vampire, which is fine. But we never see this guy again. He doesn't even get a name.
I like it. It just shows you his day-to-day and how he operates.
No, but I just introduced this guy. This is like the guy in Men in Black, the wee alien guy that they keep on shooting his head off.
Have you just watched Men in Black recently? You referenced it last week.
Did I?
Vincent D'Onofrio. More water.
That's right. All movies should be like Men in Black, is what I'm saying.
Do you just go in and rewind that
That's
and
my
watch it?
skill. I mentioned it in Little Nicky about the talking dog as well. I mentioned like,
Wee
Men
Frank.
in Black guy. Fuck, that's 3 times.
Jesus, man, you're right.
And no, I sleep that good movie.
Do you sleep at night, right?
I watch Men in Black, my strobe lights on. Rubbing against my nipple wall. Blade gets his serum to stop himself from turning into a vampire.
He's building up a kind of tolerance to it and he needs more.
Yes, and then Karen wakes up. Basically, she's woke up in this nice apartment, this nice warehouse that they live in, man. I would live here. This is like fucking Billy Madison's house. Sorry, not Billy Madison. Big Daddy's house. What's his name in that? A big warehouse, big open windows.
What's his name in Big Daddy?
Adam Sandler.
The Wayne says it.
Is that your Coles Price impression?
He ran about that hotel causing everybody hassle. Sonny!
Sonny, it is Sonny.
Sonny.
Good pull, man. Sonny.
See, we need to... He pushed in paper because I went pushed.
He just throws him back on it. He just throws him back onto the bed on top of the paper. And he's rolling about in here at Russell. Then he pukes and he throws the paper on the puke.
Scuba Steve! Whistler says, I checked her background. I think he just rummaged through her handbag while she was sleeping.
That's what he does, man, looking for some pills or something.
God damn it. He definitely wears a leather waistcoat like a man who would watch you whilst you slept. You sleeping?
Why you sleep? I'll watch you. Like, he's not even sly about it.
Chris K would even breathe like Chris Christopherson, do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye. You alright, mate? Your knee sore? No.
I think that he's just drunk the whole time and Blade's convinced him there's vampires. Okay, Blade.
He's got any experience with vampires. Just Blade comes and tells him all these daft stories. He's like, oh,
You need a garlic grenade? Okay, Blade. He gives Blade his fix and they banter. They've got this kind of antagonistic...
there's a nice wee moment where he gives him the injection. Blade's obviously in a severe amount of pain, but he's like holding his hand.
He holds his hand. There's deep affection between these two characters. He later says he's known him since he was 13, and that means something.
But it's just implied that he's picked him up off the street.
He came across him on the streets, yeah, he just fed on a homeless man, so he's known him since he was a kid, and he considered killing him, but he took him in, much like Blade took Karen in.
Yeah.
It's great. You said, Ryan, they hold hands. It's a powerful scene. The score's kind of cool. Karen tries to escape. They grab her. Chris K runs.
Runs is polite. That's like me running. Hobbles behind her on one leg and cuts her off. He knows this. He's had a couple of females try to run away from him because he knows how to cut her off quickly.
Slow down! Blade appears silently.
It's so cool. He sneaks up behind her.
He drops from the ceiling.
It's a cool shot because you don't see him really. You just see a sort of something fall behind him. You can tell it's him. And he's like, introduces himself, Chris K that is, and he's like, that guy behind his Blade, and she turns around, he's right behind her, which obviously is silent. So cool.
So cool. Some exposition, some world building. Whistler shows off the toys. The UV torch is very cool. A big chunky bad boy.
Aye, and Blade says it's still too heavy. And he says something like,
but you're so big. It is really cool.
because she's like, there's no such thing as vampires or whatever. And he's like, oh, you already met Crispy at the hospital. The fact that he calls him Crispy is quite funny because he let the guy on fire.
You have to understand they are everywhere. And they are. It's kind of cool, this underground element that they bleed through the film.
Immediately as soon as she's told that there's vampires everywhere, she just sees vampires immediately everywhere she goes.
Whistler gives Karen some vampire mace, encourages suicide, kind of brutal.
Isn't he like a dick about it? He's basically just like, this is my advice to you. If you start to let vampires, shoot yourself. Basically.
He looks like he still refers to females as tail.
Oh, he totally does. He totally does. I bet he was like a pure Vietnam War vet and all. He's come back from Vietnam, playing like a theologian. He always kill vampires, making a sword.
He's just getting him to wipe out people he doesn't like. Just people that bump into him in the street. They're behind, trying to stupid behind.
He's got no families, he's just like, aye, alright.
I've nothing else to do. Okay, Blade.
I've got nowhere else to go. Blade's like, fuck, this is easy.
He's never seen a vampire himself. Blade and Karen drive over the Atlantic Bridge, sun-bleached, beautiful cinematography from Damien Garcia.
We go back to Frost, the Frost man. He's sitting in this white room. He's trying to figure out some ancient texts.
A lot of archiving in this movie,
Oh
man.
man, there's a lot of archive shite in this
That's
movie.
a coconut taking off.
This is not a perfect 5.
Oh, these vampire hard drives, man.
Man, these vampires.
They fucking love a hard drive.
And it's this elaborate computer setup they've got.
For
like,
what is probably about 1 terabit.
why can't Frost just be looking in some dig site for a book that's been like...
It's on an old Mac, man. You actually see like the interface in the OS, and it's translating this like
ancient vampire text.
it's so silly.
Necronomicon 3000. And it's like trying to... It's like deciphering your evil spell, please.
And you see the translation, and it's all this garble about mystic vampires, and And he's just sitting like, that's good. It's nearly done.
And earphones, man, he's wearing earphones, is blasting some like techno music in his ears.
Blade drops Karen off, warns her vampires are everywhere. He speeds out of there and she is dust. This vampire woman is dust.
She immediately comes across a vampire. Like she gets out of his car, walks to the lift in her apartment building and sees a vampire immediately.
I think this is a cool scene with the three vampires.
Yeah. So there's 3 vampires waiting in the lift. They've all got like neck tattoos.
We get this cool scene in the elevator where the vampires are behind her looking at her menacingly.
Yeah, and then she gets out of the lift and they also got the lift behind her and she's getting chased. She goes into her pocket for the vampire mace, and then she turns around again, but they've went into a different apartment. Quite a good scene, it's building up some tension.
He starts to pack and a cop shows up.
I immediately do not trust this cunt. As soon as I see his face, I'm like, he's a wrongin.
He plays it well.
No, he does, but I don't know why you're supposed to be convinced that he's a cop, because I immediately am not buying this. I'm like, this guy is a baddie.
He plays it like a wee skis. I kind of like this performance.
So Blade shows up, batters this guy, she says to him, use me as bait, and what does he say? Like,
yep.
Kicks the utter fuck out of this guy.
He gets a beating, man.
Throws him through every possible table and every surface in her house.
He sees that this cop is branded. It's Deacon Frost Brandon. It's Deacon's familiar. Blade pure robs him, man. It's brilliant.
Oh, he tries to rob him, then he looks at his watch and like, it's fake. And doesn't he? I don't even think he bothers robbing him because he's got nothing valuable on him, which is quite funny. This is what she says to him, like, do you rob people too? He's like, how do you think we fund our operation?
Cool.
I like that.
Rido, Blade in the daylight. Vampire movie, obviously, but there's something about just seeing him in this get-up which should look so silly. Yeah, by DJ Crush. Remember that?
Yeah.
Plays over this ramped up pursuit which should look ridiculous. I think this is cool. Did you not like this?
Are you kidding me on?
I really like this.
This is the bit that I've wrote here. This CGI. What is going on?
I'm in it.
What are you
I'm nearly new. Look at me go.
The way these cars are turning these corners. Are you kidding me on?
I'm in it.
This is the worst. This is worse than the Super Mario Kart chase. This is horrendous.
But we get cool angles.
No, we don't.
We do. We get from behind the driver's seat. It's kind of
But it's cool that he just went round it at a leisurely 20 mile an hour. They fast forwarded it and it just looks shocking.
I can forgive a lot of the stuff in this movie.
I can't forgive this. This is the bit where I'm like, oh, these effects. They're affecting me.
We arrive at this location. Blade explains the world to Karen a little, how this operates. Vampire marks on the walls indicate safe houses, somewhere to go when dawn is coming. That's a cool concept.
He's talking and explaining things. This is where he takes off the jacket, gets the sword ready, he's getting all tooled up.
There are worse things out there than vampires. She says, like what? Like me.
Yeah. It's a cool line.
Sped up sword back into the back.
Oh,
it's
so cool.
Blade gives her a weapon, gives her some advice, and then just wishes her good luck.
Aye. Yeah. He's no babysitting. Aye. Yeah. He's no babysitting. He's just like, here's a gun. Good luck.
He throws this bouncer through the door. It's really cool. Blade just swaggers in through this place, starts fighting. We get the entrance, which is in the fridge. The reverse of this shot is so cool. It's this corridor that's really creepy. You give Frost a message from me. You tell him it's open season on all suckheads. Suckheads is so cool.
Suckheads is cool. Again, that's a cheesy line. If it's delivered by anybody else, it sounds cool when he says it.
Down the other end of this creepy corridor is an immaculate elevator.
Yeah, this like white elevator, this like pristine.
I like it.
Looking at it looks cool again.
But it's like, you know, the door in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
it's just out of place. It feels really cool and ominous. Mere archiving, man. There's a lot of archiving. This is when Blade walks Karen through and says, "This must be where they keep most of their records." Pure Blade splaining.
And also, how does he know that? And why they keep them records? Why do they need records? They're vampires.
This must be where they keep most of their... I mean, did you...
This is somebody in a studio's
do
like,
you think
explain
so,
this scene.
Blade?
Aye. I know, she's like, you realise I'm a doctor with a PhD, I'm a haematologist.
I know, you kick about with a hobo in a factory. Shooting pigeons or whatever.
We go back to Frost, his translations are complete, he's sitting on his wee Mac, and his program's managed to translate this ancient, like 1,000-year-old text. This bed behind him, this fucking bed that he sleeps in, have you seen this thing? This is a claustrophobic fucking hellhole of a bed. This gives me anxiety. I've not got claustrophobia, I don't think, but I couldn't sleep in this if you paid me.
He's got a babe in there.
He's got a hot babe in there.
Am I correct in saying, as this actor stands up out of shot in the background, we don't see the face?
Possibly.
Guy's got a mouth in there.
Because if you're in your bed and you wake up and then it malfunctions, it doesn't open, you're just fucking
Man, you're stuck on this bed.
I'm stuck in this bed in my nightmares.
You're stuck on this bed.
You've asked me during the recording of this podcast if I sleep at night. No anymore. No after seeing this film.
There's
This is the scariest part of the film.
There's like 5,000 vampires and you're worried about his bed.
Imagine that's where you died.
People are blown up in all sorts and turning into big Nickelodeon slime. And you're worried about a bed.
Really, but imagine that just malfunctions at night and you're just lying there and you're just in a fucking tomb.
What's this about you in beds? Have you got a hang about beds?
I like bed.
Do you sleep on a bed? Do you have a pillow? Sexy Frost translates these ancient texts into this CD-ROM game. That's pure weird. Why is this CD-ROM game in this vampire movie?
Garbage. Give me an old dusty textbook, like an old like an Necronomicon, like an old book.
It's when I see this, I start to remember a lot of what's coming.
This is the movie starts falling apart. Ross gets a call, a party going on. Quinn's back. Our man, his arms grew back at this point, hasn't it? The cop's there. He's saying, "Oh, Blade's discovered your archives or whatever."
Frost rips his neck out and it's amazing.
This is cool. Frost just gets torn into this cop guy.
He licks you and he gets halfway up at the same time. Man, they are getting halfway each here.
They're just rubbing blood out of their face and they're winching big tongue kisses, man. Big tongue winches covered in blood.
Totally gruesome and it's
hard.
great. What? What? It's gruesome.
It's proper horrible. Frost is covered in blood. This blonde chick, who I guess is his girlfriend.
It's never explained and it's totally useless. It's awful.
I think this blonde chick's only in this movie because at the end, Carrie needs to fight somebody during the final fight scene.
I hope the new one is this violent. Frost wants Blade alive. They think this is a crazy idea. We get the peril scene.
Is this? I'm assuming this is a comic book character because this doesn't look real.
Not to my knowledge. No, I read a comic later, The Darkhold Blade, which shows you the events of which would happen if Frost was successful.
Alright, okay, cool.
And it's this kind of alternate look at Blade, and I'm pretty sure Kingpin becomes Peril in that version. It's really weird, Ryan, but it's kind of cool. Peril is this kind of creature that's doing the archiving and is begging Frost to be saved from Blade.
Yeah, via satellite, because I guess he's on a live feed to Frost.
Yeah.
Frost has a laptop, I guess, or something, and he can see Blade. Again, the technology here is a bit iffy. Like in 1998, you're not getting something that looks that good. Peril's this discussion creature. I guess it's kind of like
Clown from Spawn.
Yeah, gluttonous type of creature is it supposed to represent.
I've read a story before that implied Peril ate children.
They try to get information out of Peril, they immediately just torture him with UV light.
At one point, they ask what's on the screen regarding the translation. Peril flat out says it's a video game. I laugh.
Yeah.
At least they know.
Karen is far too comfortable torturing somebody. For somebody who's a doctor, who has just been bit like a day ago, she is like right into. But
this is her displaying.
Because she's turned into a vampire, she's losing her humanity. Is this.
Blade does a second glance.
Yeah, because even Blade's about like, you're liking this a bit much, you know?
They cook Peril.
Peril is crispy by the
It's
end
gruesome.
Of this, man.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
It's kind of horrible because.
Squealing, kind of. We see in translation and text on the screen, La Magra is coming. The spirits of the 12 will awaken the blood god. I've just wrote that is so metal.
Like, say if you got like an old Iron Maiden album for like the 80s and you read like the inside of the cassette tape.
Totally, man. The spirits of the 12 will awaken the blood god!
100%. Come on, you've just made a new Iron Maiden song.
There's nothing you can do about it. Daiwaka!
Again, why is he saying it like that?
Burning up irritated titties, man. I don't know.
Those titties get burned, man. These are the only titties in this movie.
Crispy crittles, man. Crispy tittles. Blade opens a secure door with this like foam bomb. It's really cool.
This
Pero is
cool.
freaking out.
Yeah, because he's like, what's in here? And he's like, nothing. He's like,
Pero attempts this like pathetic, like, oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
this big safe door, this big illuminated safe that you've
It
got
may
in
as
the
well have a
safe.
sign that says top secret. No blades allowed.
Blows it up right off its hinges. If this is a secure door, then it's a shanner. They get into this room, and again, guess what's inside this room?
So let's talk about it. This movie's 2 hours long. This movie could be 1 hour 40.
Oh, 100%. Oh, that shit does not need to be in it.
Like you said, this is the only archive we really needed.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
This looks gorgeous with these like ripped pages encased in glass.
Yeah.
And it's really creepy because of its location.
Yeah.
This
There should
looks
just be like a
amazing.
desk in the middle of it that's got all these things collated, and there's one guy, whether it be Pero or somebody else, is just going through it and he's figuring it out.
Cast a Tom Noonan or someone like that, a creepy character actor,
He's
totally.
just some guy that Frost keeps down there, and he's not allowed out until he deciphers.
Totally.
Blade's going through it, and then he sees this girl running around. He sort of follows her.
Blade pursues this karate kid.
She kicks his ass, kind of. She's scared of him at first. He's like, it's okay.
He doesn't want to hurt the child. He
'cause
does have a compassionate side.
he doesn't want to scare her. Then Big Quin's back. Big Quin shows up.
Oh, and we get a couple of your favourites. We get some goons, Ryan. Some goons.
Oh, we get some good old-fashioned guns. This wee girl starts kicking Blade's ass. She knows Kung Fu as well.
Quack Fu.
Quack Fu. Blade starts fighting them, but they kind of overpower him, which is kind of weird.
They overpower him. There is a lot of them, and they hold this. They do this wire to his neck.
That's a cool
brutal.
scene. So they hold him against this wall. They've got this wire against his neck.
This is when Low Kinks is a big man.
He starts with a
getting it
monologue, and he takes one of his stakes out, says, "Oh, real silver, this must be expensive," and he stabs him. Looks like it's all over for Blade.
I like when this dummy behind him picks up Blade's sword.
Oh, the guy picks up Blade's sword. As we know, because we've seen it earlier, because Karen's seen it when she was looking through his apartment. If somebody else apart from Blade touches his sword, it's booby trapped.
Oh, you get judged dreaded.
Aye, pew, his fucking horn just shatters.
They all just laugh. It's so funny.
Aye, they just laugh at him because they're just like, you fucking idiot.
I think even he.
Aye, but again, he's a vampire, so he knows it's going to regenerate.
This is cool. He says Blade howls, and he says he's expecting company, and we see this little earpiece. What explodes? Who is it?
Big fucking Whistler! Whistler shows up in a tank, is it?
He's-
A big old truck with a big gun on it.
He says, "Catch you fuckers at a bad time," and just starts shooting.
He's fucking letting loose on these motherfuckers. It's so cool.
Karen, Blade, Chris Cave run through this tunnel. We get this mad train escape. Awful explosion. Can you defend it?
That is a pretty bad explosion here.
Oh,
Now, this kind of cool fight on the subway where he's fighting Quinn again. He grabs his face and puts it against a moving train, and he sees his face kind of shatter against the train.
yeah, that's a really cool one. Whistler, like, blows away in that explosion and sort of... Did you notice?
There's an explosion, and he just seems to fall into the tracks, and Blade's like, he can look after himself. So he just fell into train
It looks like he
tracks, mate.
fell under the train. Did it not?
And Blade is completely unfazed. It looks like he falls onto a train track.
He's just an old dog to this guy.
Aye, but Blade
Don't
is
worry
totally
about
like, aye, be fine.
He'll be back for his dinner.
He survives. He shoots himself in the face later and is fine. Don't worry about it.
He jumps onto this train by grabbing the... Listen.
This, I can't decide
Your
if
Honour.
this is cool or not.
Your Honour.
Is this cool? Like, I need your judgment.
I think
here.
it's cool, Rido.
I think
it's
as
cool.
well. I watched it with Stephanie. She's kind of watching this scene. I'm kind of like, oh, that was cool. And she's kind of like, is it?
Listen.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of
Listen.
stupid, but it's
No
kind of cool.
idea. But I'll forget.
He grabs, like, his arm should be immediately pulled through its socket. But he
It
grabs
comes out his socket, though.
Aye, they do acknowledge that, and he does put it back in, and then okay.
Good shout, Rido.
Aye.
I didn't even connect that. Whistler blows away and it's ambiguous. Real talk, that's fucking mental. I couldn't believe they tried to get away with that.
It shows you a scene, though, where it shows you his hair there's like a sewer drain or something. Remember, he opens up and he sees him sort of disappeared in a drain.
Do you see Chris K's face?
No, but you see like just his hair at
Did,
the back of
did
his
they
hair.
just patch that? Did they?
Yeah, it shows you her looking at the other side of the tracks. Pretty sure she sees him running past really quickly in like a flash.
He takes the serum. This is when we get Whistler explaining that he found Eric when he was 13. Whistler just kind of gives a wiki description of Blade at this point.
What is Blade's name?
Eric Brooks.
Karen then goes to see Blade, who's in his room.
Meditating is kind of cool.
Talks with his mum, basically, and how that every time he kills one of these vampires, he feels a little bit more human.
This character hates himself. This is depth. This is cool.
Yeah, again, and it's good, and it's brief as well. They don't go into some big whole backstory.
It shows he's got a soul, and this is also Wesley Snipes acting, and he's great in it.
It's great. Totally great. Then we cut to not so great acting. Big Frost is back.
I think he's good.
This is a good idea for a scene. Doesn't look too great.
I think I like both lovers applying sunblock on each other.
They cover each other with sunblock, and then they take the elder vampire guy. He basically says that he's taken over, for lack of a better expression. He's an old man. They're going to do the ritual, and there's nothing they can do to stop them. He then uses pliers to remove his teeth. Pretty brutal looking.
Very cool.
Pretty violent, and then he strips them off. They all put on motorcycle helmets, I guess, to protect themselves from the sun. And then they let the sunlight come up and it basically burns this guy.
I do like the motorcycle helmets. I like the sunblock. I like the reverse of this shot where you see them in silhouette.
Yeah, that's kind of cool looking, yeah.
Is this we get the sunrise. Frost throws the fangs on the table and takes his chair. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, basically. There's a new boss in town.
Blade gives Whistler a sample from the book. They know it means trouble.
This is where we find out that Whistler has cancer as well.
Karen steals her stuff from the hospital. We assume she's working on Blade's serum. Blade checks this out in a microscope. It explodes. It's designed to kill the vampires. That's amazing.
Yeah, she basically made this weapon.
Karen plays it off like really cool here.
Yeah.
Like, she's just designed this really cool weapon.
They're quite impressed with her.
Find out Whistler has cancer. She says they must care about each other. Blade describes it as an arrangement, but he loves him so much.
Yeah, you can totally tell.
Karen's starting to get real bad and Whistler notices. He says she has a day or two left.
Yeah.
You look as if you've got problems, man.
Problems.
You got problems, Righto?
I'm bursting to talk about this next scene. This is my favourite scene in the entire movie. This is
Fucking
hilarious. Can we talk about it?
You told me chucking this Wayne?
Oh my god, yes.
man, he hugged this Wayne. Does she go through a hot dog stand?
He throws her through a hot dog truck. It's fucking amazing. Oh, please. Oh, right, so basically, Blade's walking through the street, whatever, who cares? He sees Frost across the road. He's holding this child sort of by the neck. She is extremely calm, all things considered. Fissing me, I'm bursting out, greeting him, pure snottery, I'm crying.
He's still covered in sunblock.
Yeah, he's covered in sunblock, but still, and he's like, oh, I admire you, you're the daywalker, you're a legend, I know all about you, and Whistler, and blah, 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 blah. I'm wanting to offer a truce. Basically, he says, like, I don't want all this war to start, come join me, and we can... The usual bad guy wants him to join him, sort of par. Blade basically tells him, no, fuck off. All the way through this whole monologue between the both of them, he's holding this child by the neck. Again, she's far too calm. She's not crying, she's not screaming, she's not trying to get away.
I would be stunning just confused, I know, thinking, what is he talking about, humans or cattle?
Aye.
Who is this pale guy?
Aye, who's this emo and why has he got me though? But she also, where's her parents?
Who's this cool dude in sunglasses with a sword?
Aye, mate, can I see your sword? Can I get a shot of your sword? Anyway, none of this. He picks her up and he tosses her like a Fitbit and he tosses her through a hot dog stand on heroin.
He goes right through a hot dog stand, man. Smashes through it.
I am dying in my living room. I am watching this. I'm sore. My ribs are sore.
Lost it. I wanted to message you so bad.
And do you know what? You text me at this exact moment. Remember you text me saying I'm going to watch Blade, and I sent you a screenshot saying I'm watching it right now. It was right before this scene.
So funny.
I am killing myself.
If that isn't bad enough.
He throws her through a hot dog stand. She lands on the road, and a bus is coming right towards her. She's having.
You get this poor Wayne for the front, and this big bus is just taking up the rest of the show, and you ain't going, no, this Wayne's done for. There won't be a vampire, it'll be a bus. Where's the vampire?
Why is this Wayne getting this violent death?
Blade, help!
Why is this this kid get the most violent death in the entire movie. But anyway, Blade jumps in, saves the day, grabs her off the road, and it's just like, go home, kid. It's just like, him, she's going to 20 years of therapy.
Karen starts to test a cure she made in half an hour. Whistler and Karen share a good few scenes. They're good together, but Whistler says, "You saw what was on that disc." Shows this translation computer game. Karen wouldn't give a f*** about this, man. She doesn't have a clue what was on that hard disk.
And nor should she care. She's like, I'm turning into a vampire. I need to either kill this motherfucker or get a cure.
We are on the clock, you hobo.
Aye. Exactly. Who cares about a disc? I'm turning into a vampire. You might already be fucked. You and your sad, mad life. But I'm young and I've got a family.
No, I won't help you make a chili.
Oh, you know he's got a chili recipe.
He can make a banging chili, right?
He's got him and Blade have a ritual. On his birthday every year, he makes a chili. And Blade hates it, but he pretends like he likes it. Anyway, they get ambushed. This is where the vampires show up at the hideout. How they find out where the hideout is, I don't think it's ever explained.
2-hour movie, not cool. Not cool.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The vampires know where he lives.
Frost and crew raid Whistler's pure bottle. This guy, this is awful to look at. They stamp him and then he spits on him. It's brutal.
Aye, they completely just fucking destroy Whistler.
All this tech and not one security camera or motion sensor.
They take
Karen,
the kidnapper.
Blade arrives. He senses that Whistler's in a bad way already.
Yeah, sees all the dead vampires. He looks at the back of their necks, sees that they've got frost mark on them.
Snipes is heartbroken in this scene.
Yeah, I like the way that he doesn't look at Whistler. He walks over and sees that he's got a sheet covering him, and the sheet's covered in blood.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, it's a real cool scene. Blade, remember, doesn't look at him. He sort of stands and pulls the sheet off, so it's only in his peripheral vision, and he's lying on the chair.
He wouldn't be able to take it. It's a great scene. We see this tape that says "Play Me." This is a bloody scene in general.
Yeah. This is cool. I like this stuff.
Yeah.
He's just alive enough, at least. He's all messed up, but he's basically like, they took the girl, Frost needs your blood, he needs Daywalker's blood as part of that show. Blade's like, oh, I didn't know that, I spoke to him already.
He says it just like that. I know, I had a word with I know I had a word with him already. You could have played Blade, Ryan. You just need the wee sunnies.
You know I mean, fucking chubby belly in a leather suit.
Do you remember the series, Ryan? With sticky fingers?
What? No?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, I never watched it. I remember it was on like Bravo or one of those channels.
It was on what's the name of it? Spike TV. Whistler talks about La Magra and the vampire apocalypse. Frost needs a Daywalker's blood. You said this. Blade is now the chosen one. The 90s loved a chosen one.
The one, I mean, The Matrix, the year later, the one, like, being the chosen one, being the one, being the guy is all this
Jet
shit.
Li's the one.
Aye, yeah, all this shit.
Whistler wants to be put out of his misery. Blade can't take it. This is a really powerful scene.
Hands him a gun and walks away.
He gives him this cannon. You see the size of this?
This gun is like Robocop's gun.
Oh, this is like Dred's lawgiver.
It's like a lawgiver. It looks exactly like that. This big, ridiculous handgun that wouldn't just like kill you, it would blow your face to smithereens.
Tells Blade to walk away. Walk away. Calls him a stupid son of a bitch. Blade walks out of sight. We hear the gunshot. Blade is unflinched as he is on his path to revenge.
They cut away, so you don't actually confirm that it's a death. It just shows you hear a gunshot, you see his hand falling down, but again, he could just have passed out.
If I saw this in the cinema, I'd have been gutted.
Oh, me too. This is it. And it's kind of anticlimactic because like I'm watching this scene being like, I know that he's in the second one.
I know, that's what I've wrote
so
here.
Like, I know that he doesn't die here.
Only I could forget the next two because it's an impactful scene.
Absolutely.
He makes you yearn for more of this character.
Yeah, 100%.
Frost tells Blade where to find him. he makes bullets and meditates. This is the quiet before the storm.
Yeah, he's getting ready for he's getting tooled up. This is basically where he's getting ready for the fight. He's getting all his weapons together, he's getting all his grenades together,
He unravels the bike, which is totally underutilised.
I was like, oh, here we fucking go, we see a bike. I thought this was going to be a big bike chase.
Could you imagine seeing him on that at night? Imagine you hit him on the LA River or something like
and
that.
he's like jousting, he's got his sword out, but he's like still driving his bike. He's just, he's cutting
Pure whipping vampires on
just
other
like chopping their
motorbikes.
heads off as he's driving. It's like, did you ever play Final Fantasy IX remake?
Oh, yeah.
See,
Did you ever play Road Rash? Let's go back to the 90s.
Aye, Road Rash. Oh, so cool. Anyway, sorry.
We're just chilling at Frost's at this point. Karen's there.
He basically offers her if she wants to be a vampire, and she's like, no, I cured it already. And he's like, that's not possible.
Oh,
She's
he
like,
tries to make it out to be Gallus, man.
aye, he's like, oh, I want to be a vampire. It's fucking class.
It's fucking brilliant.
And she's like, nah, I don't want to. Basically, get away from me, you creep.
She pure slags him and says he's like an STD.
Aye, which is quite funny.
We're at the top of the fucking food chain.
Aye.
I like this.
Do you? You defending that acting? You defended his delivery?
What air Marvel villain or recent memory would you say is memorable like this?
Thanos?
Aye.
Maybe? Got a cool voice.
Killmonger. That's honestly my last, that was so impressive. The blade bike just crashes through this scene and that's it.
This is very disappointing.
Come on, man.
This whole fight's disappointing because I thought, here's the final fight. Like, they've left him the VHS to say, this is on my location, come and find me. I thought he's going to be in some sort of big fortress, but there's going to be hundreds of guards. Blade's going to have to kill loads of motherfuckers to get to him. But he crashes through this corridor on his bike. That's the end of the bike. He batters a few people. He has this corridor fight, which has...
It's cool.
Which has this scene where he uses the weapons that Karen made and these people's heads explode. This reminds me of Big Trouble in Little China with the big inflating heads.
100% agree, and I thought of that as well.
It looks a bit goofy.
This is when Logan's describing what it's like to take on Blade and he's kind of scared, and Dorf kind of excitedly plays along with it. I think this is really funny.
Yeah, he kind of fucks him here. It's quite funny. He's like, this guy's badass, this guy's real. Like,
Dorf's like, oh, this guy's badass, this guy's... And they're both kind of... It's really cool. We get one of these goons pleading with Blade. Please, I just work for them. Blade just shoots him.
it fucking blows him away, man. I like this.
We cut back to Blade revealing the bloodied Whistler. This is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ruthless and amazing.
And then it's kind of over. And then Blade just sort of finds his mad room with this claustrophobic nightmare bed. He goes on his computer, finds his mad hard drive.
They even got a password on it.
The bed opens up and the hot milf's in the bed. But who's the hot milf?
It's Blade's maw.
It's his own maw.
Listen,
This what's going on with this film.
you can't do it here. You cannot do it here.
She's in his mad, weird, kinky bed.
I would have been about 12 when I saw this. I remember thinking then this was a bit much.
Yeah. We find out his mum is with Frost, and Frost was the one that bit her.
This is authentic. This happened. Frost in the novels looks nothing like this. It looks more like Whistler. You can't do this here. I don't think this works here.
Doesn't work at all.
This could have been the 20 minutes we kind of cut, to be honest, and bring it back in a sequel.
Yeah. This is sequel written all over it, this stuff. You don't need to know this stuff right now.
Blade is subdued. We cut to him tied up with Karen in the elevator. We are taken to a bunker. There are so many locations in this movie. Yeah, again, this would not happen now. So many different set pieces in this.
Yeah. Some of them better than others. Like, for example, they throw Karen down this pit.
I'm kind of into it. It's weird and creepy. The thought behind it is they set this up from the get-go. Like, they took this doctor just to mess with Karen now. That's creepy.
Throw Karen down this pit. The doctor, for the start, who gets his throat ripped out, who she used to date, remember? He's there, but obviously he's a vampire now. He kind of looks more like a zombie, though.
Yeah.
Because I guess he's been starved, or he's not been feeding on humans, so he's still all messed up, I guess.
Looks great.
Yeah, this looks good. Practical effects. She immediately just beats the fuck out of him.
She escapes with this, bone, which she uses a pickaxe. It's really cool.
Yeah, she has to sort of,
crawl out of the pit.
Blade is, obviously, as you said, he's been subdued. They've kidnapped him now. They want to take his blood. They put him in this box. Like, how do they not just take his blood? Just a big syringe or something, but they need to put him in this big collector's box, which is like luckily fitted to his exact measurements.
Frost tells Blade that he'll be dead by dawn. Pretty cool. And I'm like, groovy. Blade is in the room of Erebus or whatever. They are getting ready for this ritual. His mother assists in all of this, and this is so sad. She gives this motherly monologue and gets very...
Bit incesty, what's going on here. She gets right up to his mouth and she's like whispering very sensually, like right basically his like lip.
I'm slapping the VPN on. I'm slapping it on.
You're slapping something.
I'm in Norway. I'm in Switzerland.
Can he catch me?
Can he catch me? I'm in France. They want Blade to get hungry without his serum and trap him in this big mummy block king to drain him. His wrists bleed. The board members are positioned round this big mad stone, and
this is the way, again, on this hard drive, it was like in a circular, I don't know. They need to stand in a certain location.
They're going to embody the 12 gods.
Yeah, they need to stand at these things and be sacrificed. Blade has to be drained of his blood has to drip down onto them. It's a bit elaborate, but you know, whatever. It's
kind of cool, this ritual. We get the outside and the world's kind of gone crazy weather-wise. I feel rude saying this, but this is just what this character is. The blonde person.
Yeah, the blonde vampire chick.
The blonde vampire lady battles a board member and CGI throws him into something and a skeleton appears. This is a lot at this point. It's really building up. Donald Logue says he's going to be naughty. Says he's going to be a naughty vampire god.
Yeah.
He's chewing on everything and I'm loving it.
Oh man, he's definitely making every scene he's in memorable.
He's a good ingredient to this.
Deacon Frost, the main bad guy, is like a broody, I'm going to be the king kind of guy. Whereas this guy's just like a prick who you want to see get killed.
Yeah.
And his death by is so satisfying.
Oh, 100%.
Karen saves the day kind of thing. She finds Blade, who's just in a room by himself with no security at all. She breaks him out of this toy box that he's in. He's all knackered though. He's been drained of his blood. He's thirsty. She offers, take my blood basically.
She's a snack. He eats a lot of Karen. It's well cut here.
It looks like he's maybe going too far. Maybe he's going to kill her.
We cut between Blade eating and Frost calling the 12. It's really cool. Frost's like got his arms wide open and Blade's like really monstrous as he like thrusts and jerks as he like eats Karen. Yeah. It's quite gruesome and it's excellent. Very animal like. He growls at the end of this. A big bit of blood hits Frost in the napper.
Aye, and then I guess that's what does it for him because he's all these bats, all these CGI bat things start flying out the mouths.
CGI skeleton bats come out their mouth.
Aye, yep. They escape through the host's mouths and start flying around. Oh, it's a wee bit shite.
I think I'm playing Castlevania at this point, man.
It's very Castlevania, aye.
Blade kills his maw.
Aye, there's that whole fight, which there's not much to it. His maw doesn't need to be in this movie at all.
Frost is blown away at this point. The blonde lady finds Frost and asks Deacon. He replies, not anymore. These things were flying through him. La Magra is now taking over Frost.
So now he is the blood god.
We're just trying to make sense of this. Am I right at this point?
Yeah. As far as I know, Frost has now been... His body is now hosting the blood god. Oh, this is cool. Blade's back. He's got time to pick up his vest. No, his jacket though. He's shirtless, but he's got his vest on.
The techno starts, man.
Techno starts. He flies and he lands right dead centre on this stage. It's like a big circular stage. He's lands dead centre. He's doing his pose.
Still one of the coolest superhero landings, man.
It's so cool. See this part where like the way Iron Man lands. He's not shite.
None of them have done it like this.
No, this is cool. He's got the sword. This is when your man dies. This is when Quinn runs up. Immediately it's just chopped up in half.
He makes a big thing about it, runs up, and it's like the indie thing where he just pulls he just smacks him and he dies.
Kills him immediately, but remember he's wearing Blade's shades. They fly up there and he grabs his shades, put them back on. It's fucking go time.
So cool,
So
man.
So he's got the shades now, and he means fucking business. He's just had her as a bloodbath Karen. He's pumped up. He's ready to go.
He's pumped up, man.
He just has killing motherfuckers left and right. It's so cool.
Karen takes out the blonde with the garlic spray. Very cool.
That's cool that came back, because obviously that's what Whistler gave at the start of the movie.
All
He
the
never uses
goon
it.
fights are really well done here as well. These stunt actors are
absolutely.
fantastic.
This is a great fight scene. Blade is kicking some
He
serious
kicks
ass.
one dude in the nuts.
Yeah.
The nuts, Ryan. The nuts.
This is Wesley Snipes being like, I'm getting all my moves in here.
The really fast sword fighting is amazing.
He basically wins and he cuts him in half.
He
but
tries to eviscerate him.
but he connect like the blood, I guess, because he's powerful. It looks a bit shit, but it's cool. It's like a video game thing where like you think you've killed the baddie, but you've only killed phase 1, and then like
It's a cool idea.
yeah, and it's done okay. I mean, I've seen cheesier things in movies. Wesley Snipes is cool, but he cuts him and he regenerates so quick. And Wesley Snipes doesn't say it out loud, but he mouths, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Who's he saying that to?
Yeah.
Himself?
Yeah. Again, you can take 20 minutes.
Aye, I cut that scene out. Don't need to say the what the fuck thing. These vials are like caught under all this rubble. Blaine sees them, they're having a fight, he throws his sword at the vials. He kinda, well, you think he misses, and even forces like, oh, nice shot. But then he's mad little gadget thing. Spikes shoot, and then the rubble breaks. He catches all the vials in his hand perfectly. Actually, he catches them behind him. He does a wee cool backhand
That's cool.
catch.
That's cool.
He throws a couple at him. They don't really affect him, but then he throws about 5 at him at once. And then he blows up Big Trouble in Little China style again. And
He says, some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Yes! Yes! Throws this last serum up, kicks it into
kicks
Frost's
it.
forehead. I am into that. That is so cool, man.
it's
That is
very 90s.
badass. Blade and Karen are on the rooftop. He just tells her to make a better serum. That's it. That's the end of that story.
Yeah, they don't have a thing. He's basically just like I'm not retiring as long as there's still vampires out there. I'm going to fucking kill them. Basically,
That's whatever. This is something. What this left me with back then, the wait for that sequel. Ryan, the school was just everybody was talking about what this was going to be at the end of this for
because
ages.
I don't think there's been a movie, and this is, I mean, it's funny talking about Marvel now because all Marvel do is like end credit sequences. But if there was an end credit sequence back in these days, this would have been it. They just go right to there is going to be a sequel.
They didn't need to promise you a villain. They just said, here's your favourite character in a different location.
Yeah, they're like, here's Blade in the snow.
There was an alternative ending.
Or was there?
Morbius shows up.
Oh, really?
You just see him on a rooftop in the distance.
But nobody knows who Morbius is unless you're a comic book fan at that point.
Well,
That's mad.
exactly, but nobody knows who anybody is back then unless you're a comic book
I suppose
fan.
I.
Blade 1998?
Blade 98 is a different movie than I remember. I remember the cool fight scene, I remember the nightclub, I remember the bloodbaths, I remember Wesley Snipes, I remember the sword, I remember wanting to be as cool as that. I don't remember the plot, I don't remember Deacon Frost, I don't remember all the vampire politics, I don't remember the computer stuff and the archive and the mother storyline and all that pish. But then again, I was young and I was probably just caring about the action scenes at that point. With all that being said, this is a good movie. I remember liking the second one better. This movie's totally fine, it's totally watchable. I'm not going to watch it again unless I'm doing like some sort of marathon or whatever. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch this movie again, but it was enjoyable for the most part. I'm trying to think what to rate it here. It loses a couple of coconuts for the whole mother storyline being unnecessarily weaved in. It loses some for the CGI, especially that car chase that you disagree with me on, but oh my god. I didn't hate this movie at all. I actually liked it for the most part, but I didn't love it. Totally good film, but not great. I'll go 3. 3 out of 5.
Blade 1998. This is so fucking cool, man. The diverse cast are amazing and the actors give it their all. The cheesy stuff is balanced with hard violence and great fight choreography. The vampires are kinda scary in it. Frost is a really cool villain, I think. All thanks to Dorff's kinda cool performance. Snipes is all in on this and he seems really proud to wear this costume and kick ass. I adore the relationship with Whistler, and in particular Snipes and Chris Kay's chemistry. The CGI is ropey, but I find it oddly consistent with much of the 90s-ness of all of this. The techno, the fashion, it is like a weird adult Nickelodeon vampire movie. Blade is fantastic and it feels original. I don't think the pacing is perfect, and I think the mother narrative could have been handled better. I like this world, it's just not my favourite entry in the series. That's still to come. This is like a total bloody sugar high. It's like a slushy filled with blood and caffeine. I think Blade is so cool. 3.5 out of 5 coconuts.
That's fair. I agree with most of that, yeah.
Let's keep this Marvel mania going, man.
Let's keep this Marvel trainer rolling.
Let's keep it rolling, man.
Let's go for it. Let's roll the trailer for next one. What is it? What we got?
Exposure to a high-energy cosmic storm could advance our knowledge about planetary life.
To our future.
I don't trust him. We got what we wanted.
Just worried about what he wants.
Physical structure is changing. It's terrible news. I think I'll get a second opinion.
The cloud has fundamentally altered our DNA. That's gross.
Reed, look at me.
I can't. He's heating up from his core.
You don't want to walk around on fire for the rest of your life, do you?
Is that a trick question?
Come on, am I the only guy who thinks this is cool? What if we got these powers for a reason?
I've always wanted power.
Victor, you always thought you were a god.
Let's not fight.
No, let's. Don't even think about it.
Never do.
Flamer!
Oh, you're hot.
Why, thank you. So are you.